Did you know that cats can make over 100 different sounds? The average person spends about 6 months of their lifetime waiting for red lights to turn green. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. The first oranges weren't actually orange. They were green. Penguins have a favorite rock. They search for the perfect rock to give to their mate as a gift. The shortest war in history was between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896. It lasted only 38 minutes. Banging your head against a wall burns about 150 calories per hour. The average person laughs about 15 times a day. In Switzerland, it is illegal to own just one guinea pig. They must have a companion. Cows have best friends. They form close bonds with other cows and get stressed when separated. The world's oldest known recipe is for beer. Bees can recognize human faces. The shortest recorded war between two nations was between Oman and England. It lasted only 10 minutes. Astronauts can't cry in space because there is no gravity to let the tears flow. There are more possible iterations of a game of chess than there are atoms in the known universe. The average person walks the equivalent of 3 times around the world in their lifetime. In Japan, it is considered rude to blow your nose in public. The Windy City nickname for Chicago has nothing to do with the weather. It actually refers to the city's long history of political hot air. The average person spends 6 months of their lifetime waiting for a web page to load. Bats are the only mammals that can fly. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. The first alarm clock could only ring at 4 a.m. Dolphins have names for each other. They use unique whistles to identify themselves. The oldest known recipe for toothpaste dates back to ancient Egypt and included ingredients like rock salt, mint, and dried iris flowers. The average person produces enough saliva in their lifetime to fill 2 swimming pools. The world's oldest piece of chewing gum is over 9,000 years old. Penguins have knees inside their bodies, making them look like they're always waddling. The shortest commercial flight in the world is between the islands of Westray and Papa Westray in Scotland, lasting just 47 seconds. The longest wedding veil ever recorded was longer than 63 football fields. The word lethologica describes the phenomenon of not being able to remember the word you want to use. The first recorded use of the hashtag symbol, hash, was in 2007 on Twitter. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. The shortest war in history happened between 2 African tribes in 1889 and lasted only 2 hours. The average person spends 6 months of their lifetime waiting for red traffic lights to turn green. Octopuses have 3 hearts. The first known contraceptive was crocodile dung, used by ancient Egyptians. The average person will spend 25 years of their life asleep. The oldest known sample of the smallpox virus dates back to the 17th century and is preserved in a laboratory in Russia. The pound key on your keyboard, hash, is called an octothorpe. The world's largest snowflake was recorded in 1887 in Montana. It measured 15 inches in diameter. There is a species of jellyfish that is immortal. It can revert back to its juvenile form after reaching maturity. The first recorded use of the word nerd was in Dr. Seuss's book, If I Ran the Zoo, in 1950. The world's largest rubber band ball weighs over 9,000 pounds. The smell of freshly cut grass is a distress signal that plants release when they're injured. The world's fastest ant can travel up to 1 meter per second. The average person will walk the equivalent of 5 times around the Earth in their lifetime. The first product to have a barcode was Wrigley's gum. A crocodile cannot stick its tongue out. The oldest known sample of the smallpox virus is stored in a laboratory in Russia and dates back to the 17th century. The world's largest collection of rubber ducks numbers over 9,000. The fear of long words is called hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. The average person blinks about 15,000 times a day.